InReview.com. The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InReview can get your message out there. And we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InReview.com.
Watching Gina Cutillo on the Gina Show, only on InReview.com. I am so excited today. I have no idea why, but I am. Isn't that wonderful? It's wonderful. No, I am excited. Apparently, I'm going to be announcing something pretty big today, which I was not even told beforehand what it was. So you are going to see my initial reaction, which honestly, to me is like, ooh, you never know with me. I can go either way in many, many aspects. So I think it's very brazen of the big man, CEO, power man in charge, Chucky Baby, to do this. Or he's going to get a really fantastic response from me, and I think that's what he's hoping for. So let's just hope I don't puke on the camera. Anyway, but besides that, and I don't know when I'm announcing it, so they're keeping this all big hush-hush. Who knows? Hopefully I'm going to it's like Oprah Day. Like I'm going to win like a friggin' whale in some sort of, foreign country, or I'm getting a new house or something. I'm hoping it's something like that. But besides that, we do have some good stuff for you today. Brian Kinnear, we have no idea where you are. You did not text me. I don't know. Are you coming? You're not. I guess this is life as a pimp. But anyway, we do have a good segment from him called Secret from Women Untold to Men Until Now. I haven't even read all of what he wrote because I like that kind of surprise thing, and I want to see what kind of crazy that boy is thinking of now. But besides that, we do have a nice full-size reality reel this week. I know last week we kind of, got a little cut off with Michelle Gollin with Dr. Michelle Gollin, which was a great show. But we will be diving into both the Orange County ladies and Jersey. We will talk very quickly about New York City, but sorry, girls, you kind of got aside. Anyway, but before we get into that, here's what I want to talk about. Now, everyone now is doing a reality show. We know it, we see it, we watch it. It's sick. It's a sick world we live in. Leanne and Eddie. So we know Leanne Rhymes and Eddie, what is his last name? Cibrian. Okay. So I'm sure everyone knows the story. They were both married to other people, and they cheated on their spouses and got together and then got married. Now, a big thing for us is we watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and he was married to Brandi Glanville, which she has openly spoken about on the show all the time. And where she's like, and then on Sir, they've outed that Eddie has slept with so many people, blah, 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 blah. Either way, this show is horrific. It's almost sad. What is sad is they're sitting there trying to let us know they're an okay marriage. Everything is fine. They're bringing up all the tabloid stuff, and they laugh it off, but it honestly comes off that everything is so not fine, and we're almost going to be watching a marriage implode on TV. I mean, he goes on about Brandi. I just think it's so crass. Matt, you said you watched it. You thought awful too, right? It was just, and I feel bad because Leanne is a very talented woman, and I know they're trying to fix their image, but whomever their PR people are, they need to be fired because this is doing nothing but they're coming off really snub, really crass. I will give it a couple more tries if it even makes the whole season. Either way, awful. Sorry. Yes. And so with that, we're going to talk reality. We're going to talk reality Gina Cutillo family because you know what? This is where the reality show needs to be. I mean, my husband and I, Craig, have said from day one, we missed the boat. You know when the Osbournes, they were like the first real reality show besides The Real World. The Osbournes came out. And I remember us watching and going, wow, my family, if we filmed my parents, this would be, I would have been millionaire. It would have been no doubt. So anyway, so today, this past weekend, it was my goddaughter Julia's first birthday. So of course, the whole family gets together and we go. And my sister-in-law Justina is a teacher. Now, at first, I'm like, so here, let's show the picture. She labeled the coolers. And not only did she label the coolers, but she added pictures on them, like beer and a bottled beer, water and all I'm thinking is, you know, yeah, she's a little OCD, but she's a teacher. And then I'm thinking, no, she just thinks we're a bunch of effing morons. Like she's gotten the Cutillo's number. She's like, they get drunk, they say idiotic things, and then what is it? And she just didn't want Uncle Vinny to drink all the friggin' water and all the juice on the kids. Here's the beer. Stop putzing around. I don't know. She's hysterical. I love her. I really do love her. And then, so what do I have next here? What is that? A picture of Justina? Oh, so this is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Sorry. She's going to kill me. Justina, I love you. She really is dear to my heart. Justina, I love her. But all I'm thinking is, okay, so if she's labeling coolers with pictures and she thinks our family's idiots, what does she think? That's them right there. That's Mario and Justina. What does she think my brother, I could only imagine what sex is like. It's like, I don't know if it's like a scavenger hunt where she gives him like, you know, but I'm sure there's like labels everywhere. And I'm sure there's like one here, it's like, do not go. I don't know. This is all I was thinking about when I'm looking at these coolers. I'm like, wow, I could only imagine. But you know, they are a sweet couple. I love them to death. And so then of course you talk about us Italians, and this is my brother's pond right here, and the Mother Mary. You know, hey Chuck. Chuck is Chuck, not Chuck, our Chuck, a different Chuck on Twitter is on. But anyway, you know, you walk in and you try not to have the stereotypes of Italians. But I go, my brother's like, wait till you see my new pond, it's beautiful, wait till you see. And I'm thinking, oh, the fish is that. He goes, I got this gorgeous Mother Mary statue. And there she is. And yes, God bless, I'm very happy that. But yeah, everything they say about the Italians is so true. So, so true. One more funny thing about the Cutillos, I call them Cutillos West, because they're all the way over in Massapequa or whatever. So I'm not going to give you their total address, but they're out that way. They're in Nassau. One more thing is they have this crazy neighbor that is obsessed with her trees. And since I now am a homeowner, like we lived in condo for so long, the neighbors, it doesn't matter because everything's the same. No one has real property. But living in a home now, I get it. So she has this crazy neighbor that is obsessed with her trees. And Justina told me that before the lady saw them decorating for the big party, before it happened, the neighbor was outside counting her trees. Like, what is this neighbor? Oh, those Ginzos are coming back. They're gonna take my trees. Like, what kind of people? And here's what I have to say. So I was like, Justina, who's the crazy people with the trees? I look to the right. And there are billions of trees in this person's yard. And it makes me feel like where I live, there are billions of trees in this other neighbor too, and they're crazy about their trees. But they don't trim them. There's trees all over my yard. I'm cleaning up their leaves, and my sister-in-law goes through the same thing. What is with these crazy tree people? But who counts trees before someone has a party? Like, did the lady think we were gonna actually, I guess with Italians, anything's possible. The construction crew was coming in, we were going to dig out the trees anyway. Whatever, enough about Justina. Let me go off on one of my other family members, and then I'll be done with the Gina Cutillo family. So my sister-in-law, Joni, she decides I'm in the middle of recording last night, and I was on a break, and I'm looking, and I see on a picture of Cole. Why doesn't Cole ever have his feet touching the grass? Why is he always in his water shoes? Because there's water tables, and when he's playing with the water table, I keep his water shoes on because the kid runs on grass, and then he goes and runs on the rocks, and he goes behind my bushes. It's disgusting. I don't want his feet. So she's flipping out about, and I'm going back and forth, and she's like, well, he needs to put his feet to the grass, which he has before. But this is like the Italian way. You know, your family is in every part of your business. The real question is, Joni, the real question, and it's kind of to my brother, why are there strange men, and you could show the picture, stretching you out, looking for Beirut? Like, is that a woman? Whatever. Why are lesbians? No, I don't know. I don't want to say that because it could be her instructor. I didn't even look. I thought it was her sensei or whatever. Why are you being stretched out from here to kingdom come? Why? Why? That's the question. Anyway, when we get back, we're going to talk about... I'm going to do the big announcement. Look, I'm getting to do the... Left. Here we go. Oh, my God. Why am I looking at email? The InRavio.com TV network is now proud to unveil that we have partnered with the Dish Network, Xbox 360, Roku, and Netflix to broadcast InRavio shows on their networks to over 160 million homes, as well as broadcast their content on InRavio. So look for us there in the upcoming months. So look for the end. You're lying. We're going Sizzler, we're going Sizzler, we're going... Really? See, now this is my reaction of, no way. I gotta go pee. No. I'm kidding. That's fabulous. That's fabulous. I better call my lawyer right away. And and we'll see if Gina is still on the InRavio.com network. Anyway, that's fantastic news. Awesome, mazel. I'm super excited. This is my reaction. I know Chuck probably wanted me jumping up and down, and I'm like, I got butterflies. This is great. Awesome. Yay for us. When we get back, we're going to talk about Brian's untold secrets by women up until now that men didn't know about. You stay tuned. You're watching Gina on InRavio.com every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right back.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back. You're watching Gina on InRadio.com. Okay, folks, here we are. Secrets from women, which I have to say, untold to men until now. Now, I don't know who Brian asked these secrets about because he didn't call me to find out. Secrets from women. So some women gave him some secrets. Let's see if they're correct. I will let you know. Never do housework. No man ever made love to a woman because the house was spotless. I'm not getting it.
I'm not getting it either.
We got to really break this down. Secrets from women and untold to men until now. Never do housework. No man.
Untold to men until now. So women never do housework. No man ever made love to a woman because the house was spotless.
Okay. Oh, so secret. I don't know. Remember. Let's go to the next one.
Secrets of women untold to men.
Secrets from women.
From
this
women.
is like. Remember, you are known by the idiot you accompany. Don't imagine you can change a man unless he's in diapers. That's funny. So is this secrets from men?
Yes. Well, secrets from women about men?
Talk about buttoning up a show.
I think he was doing too much Xanax.
I think so too. Let's just keep going. Maybe it's just funny.
Yeah.
What do you do if your boyfriend walks out? You shut the door. Okay. If they can put a man on the moon, they should be able to put them all there. It's cute. I agree. Tell him you're not his type. You have a pulse.
Oh, God.
Never let your man's mind wander. It's too little to be left out alone. Go for younger men. You might as well. They never mature anyway. This is so true.
That's kind of a true
This is so
statement.
true. It really is. Never marry a man for money. You'll have to earn every penny. This is not true.
That's a shame.
And earning every penny means probably going to bed with them, and I got to do that anyway. It's part of like now and then my husband, if he thinks like I'm not giving him enough, I'm so sorry I'm running like 8 careers and raising a child that's that's 2.5. He rips out the marriage license and says to me, marriage license. What?
Look.
What are you doing? Ben, stop pointing at me. Kicking you up. We're going to be on the Dish Network. No, seriously. So did you hear what I said? My husband, what he does? He'll tell me, he'll rip out the marriage license and say, contractually, you need to, look, do not make me call the rabbi and the priest.
Did you guys get a prenup?
No.
He's
Prenup.
Jewish. I'm surprised.
Oh, did you just say that live?
On TV.
You're so in trouble. Those are not my words, people. That has nothing to do with it.
Well, you're both musicians.
Listen, Craig and I have known each other since I'm 16 years old.
Oh, okay.
And we were together. We've been married for 6 years now this August, and we have dated 10 years prior to that.
Wow.
I've known him for 26 years. There's no prenup. He is never getting rid of me or my damn family or anything like that, okay?
Okay.
And you know what? He can have my money, and I can have his, and that's that. So, next. Never marry, oh no, definition of a bachelor. A man who has missed the opportunity to make some women miserable.
That I get.
This is funny, that's funny. The best way to get a man to do something is to suggest he is too old for it. That works.
That's a smart one.
That is a smart one, because I've said that to him. I've used that on Craig. I'm like, well, I know you're probably, not strong enough or something. You're getting older. And he just looks at me like, then he goes outside and he's like pulling the car with his teeth. He's like, yeah, woman. If he asks what sort of books you're interested in, tell him checkbooks. A man's idea of serious commitment is usually, oh, all right, I'll stay the night. This is true. Remember, a sense of humor does not mean that you tell him jokes. It means you laugh at his. Oh my God, so true. My brother Nick and Craig they were best friends. That's how I met Craig. Craig's a little older than me. I like the older men. No need to teach people anything. But him and my brother have the same humor, and I've grown to like it, but it's funny when they get together, they laugh at each other all day. And I will laugh here and there on Craig's jokes, but whatever, it's funny. If he asks you this is good grammar, Brian. Yeah. If he asks you if you're faking it, tell him no, you're just practicing.
Oh my God.
When he asks if you're first, tell him
he asks if you're his first.
He was drunk when he wrote this.
Yeah, he was.
You look familiar.
Oh, wow. I get it.
Bad.
That's right. I feel like Gelman from Regis and Kelly.
Yeah, you are like, you know what? You are my Gelman.
I am your Gelman.
Like, they always wanted to punch Gelman in the face.
Yes, and Gina wants to punch me in the face.
You know, let me tell you a little story on the way here. So lately, you guys know, I've been talking about getting Zen. I'm like Dina Manzo, okay? I got Zen. Prior to Matt saying I am on some sort of medication, I am not. I got Zen. I decided I'm going to start doing yoga. I'm going to, read all these books of uplifting stuff, and it really has worked. So I have been quite a peach to deal with here at Inravio, for the most part. So on the way here to the studios, I have to drive a good probably 30 minutes, probably like 30, 35 minutes, depending on traffic, east from where I live, which is annoying, but it's not so bad, blah, 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 blah. Then I have to be on this one road for 2 minutes, and there's tons of road work happening. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. All I need is like a 2-second, and I have to make a left, and I'm at the Bravio Studios. So then this guy gets out of his car in front of me and gets out and starts looking like, what's the road work about? And now traffic is moving, because they're all merging, so now we have a chance to go, and he's looking. Oh my God, my Zen went out the window. I'm like, get in your car yet? Bleep, 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 bleep. And so then I get into the studio, and I see Bonnie, and I'm like, hey Bonnie, what's up? And she's like, oh, hi, what are you? And she's like shredding papers up there. I'm like, is the government coming? Like, what's in trouble? And she's like, no, I'm just getting rid of some old stuff. Whatever. So I'm like, Bonnie, the Zen is out today. I just got stuck on the road. It's bad enough I have to come to bum Egypt out here. I said, so Twinkle Toes better be happy today, meaning Matt. So poor Matt is my Gelman. I'm always yelling at him. And people, do not get out of your car when there's traffic, because at any moment, the traffic can move. That's it. That's all I have to say. When we get back, we're going to have Billy Charles on the line, and we are going to talk about the Housewives. I love you all. I've ranted a little bit, but you're watching Gina on InRadio.com every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be right back with The Reality Reel.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Girls, 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 all have something to say. Some say their emotions get in the way. Some like them big, some like them skinny. Oh, girls, has come this way. We must unite, this is the place. You don't have to show your face. Girls, I'll be a lady of today. So say what you
Good afternoon, everybody. Well, is it afternoon yet? I don't know. Welcome back. You're watching The Gina Show on InRavio.com. I'm so super excited. We just announced that the shows InRavio will be on, like Dish Network, Netflix. There it is, Roku, Xbox. I still get... Billy Charles, are you with us?
Yes, it's so exciting, and I already took to Twitter and I tweeted it out there because nobody beats me to the tweet.
You are... That is going to be your catchphrase. Billy Charles on The Gina Show. No one beats me to the tweet. I love it.
I see a Bling Your Brand t-shirt coming up soon.
I see it too. I am super excited. And it's funny because when I announced it, that's the thing with me. Like I said, I'm either going to like just get really quiet because I'm like, no, is this like April 1st, you know? So it's super exciting. I really, really am. And my head is like just been twirling with thoughts, you know?
It's awesome. A lot of changes on the horizon. Good one.
Yes, it really is good. See, all of that, us not cursing has paid off.
Yes, for sure.
So before we get into Jersey, really quick, we're going to touch upon New York City. I don't really have anything. If you could find a picture of the leg, you can put it up. I don't care. What did you think of the finale?
You know what? I thought it was predictable. I mean, they already built this leg throwing up, and there were so many leaks on the internet and on Twitter. So I really wasn't too surprised when it actually happened. I think, you know, that was a fail on their part, but, you know, it did get a lot of people to watch the end.
Yeah, and it kind of was boring. You know, nothing.
Yeah, that's what everybody said.
I was surprised. Honestly, I forgot it was a finale. When they, like, after the leg got thrown and they all started doing the words, like what they're doing, and I'm like, oh, that's it?
And you know what? I did say a couple days ago when I was watching Real Housewives of Orange County that I wish I had that leg so I can throw it at Heather from Real Housewives of Orange County.
Yes, that would have been great because she deserved it. Her and Tamara could use a leg beating. All right, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. How are you personally doing?
I'm doing awesome personally. This is my weekend technically, so yesterday was my Saturday, today's my Sunday because I've been off these 2 days in a row, and we just been out and about, went to lunch, went to the casino, doing different things.
Listen,
so
when I see you eating lobster at the Red Lobster at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I know you're on your day off.
Oh my God, it was so awesome. I got this new lobster pot, and it had like 3 different split tails. I ate the whole thing. It was awesome.
Well, I'm glad to see that you're watching your cholesterol.
Thank you. You know what? It's kind of like my last hurrah because I actually have to go next Monday to the doctor to get the verdict. So this is my last hurrah this week.
Okay. Well, here we go. Let's go have some fruit or something. I don't know. I'm sure I will say a prayer, and I'm sure everything is going to be just A-okay.
Thank you.
All right. So let's talk about cholesterol. Let's talk about the New Jersey Housewives.
Right. No better place. Did you see all the lobster that they were cooking up on that show?
Oh, my God. Lobster and the gabagol and the provolone and oh, my God. All right. So here we have this guy, Nicole and Teresa's father, talking about
Oh, my God. So funny. He cracked me right up.
He's like, The Italian, you know who knows? The Hebrews and the Chinese. They keep the tradition. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I gotta go smoke a cigarette. And the mother, Santa.
And you wanted to smoke while he was doing the tree, but they made him go outside for the show.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that I thought was just funny. And then here we have Amber and her kids building a gingerbread houses, and she's screaming. She's a pretty anal mommy.
Yeah, you can definitely tell she's a perfectionist, and she's got the OCD, and she's watching every little step, that they take.
Yeah, and it's almost like she makes me nervous to watch. I will be honest, because I'm like, ooh, I get very tense when she's on the screen, because she's very, what's she doing? We're going to do this, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, ooh, 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 ooh.
Yeah, like a drill sergeant. But, when you look at her in comparison to the other girls, it definitely is a good mix because she is so different than the other girls.
No,
so that's
absolutely.
what makes it interesting to me.
I mean, absolutely. When you go to Teresa's house, Melania's driving their truck through the front door. Like, I mean, there's two sides.
She wakes up in the morning and she's got something cooking all by herself on the stove.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got this one who's like checking them for ticks or something as soon as they wake up. Who knows? All right, next we have Dina and Nicole, right? I hope I got this twin right. Dina and Nicole went for lunch. They're starting to bond. How do you think?
Yeah, they got that common ground going on.
Do you think this is going to be a good bonding or going to go sour?
No, I do think it's going to be a good bonding. I mean, Dina's going through her separation, and Nicole has already been through it, and I think, they were finding that common ground during that lunch, and they had a lot of the same sense of humor and different things, so I do think that Dina generally did like Nicole.
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think Nicole, so we'll see Nicole here, there's a shot of Nicole, why won't she talk about her divorce? Do we know what happened?
I don't even think she, I think she was blindsided by it, to be honest with you. One of those situations that, poof, one day everything just changed.
I'm assuming he cheated, the typical, he cheated, this, that.
Well, without giving out any spoilers, there are going to be some things coming up later on in the season, and they are definitely going to touch upon it.
Can we talk to you? Let me talk to you for a second, Billy. What are you, Andy Cohen? This isn't Bravo Network. We could give out spoilers. Who gives a crap? This is what the show's about. We're supposed to give out the spoilers. You know something.
I'm afraid now to jump too far ahead. I don't want to get punched.
Punched? By who?
By you if you're not feeling zen.
No, listen. Let me tell you something. You listen to me. No. You have something you're supposed to... I'm
just picking on you.
You are picking on me. Don't pick on me.
Yes. You're going to see a rift between, the sisters, Teresa and Nicole. There's going to be some dirt spilled by Victoria Gotti coming up, and it's not going to be pretty.
By Victoria Gotti? I figured that this woman's husband was something related to the mob, and he did something really horrific.
You're going to find out. There's going to be a scene coming up. It's going to be Victoria Gotti. He's going to be talking to Teresa, our Teresa that we know and love so much, and the dirt's all going to come out, and Nicole is not a fan of Victoria Gotti in whatever shape, form, or way. And you know how the Italians are in Little Italy. There's a lot to this.
All right, see? Even Chuck84 on the chat is saying, spill the tea, Billy. Thank you.
You're welcome. You got to leave me something. I got to have something to share in the future.
For Andy? For Watch What Happens Live? Listen, you're here with me. Don't hold out on us now, baby. We're going Sizzler.
Sizzler, baby.
All right, here we go. Next, we have a shot here of Joe. Joe Giudice has been very open and almost remorseful looking in every scene. It's like blowing me away.
I think it's becoming a reality. I mean, especially during this time, obviously they filmed, quite a while ago, and they were supposed to get the verdict handed down in July, and that was right around the corner.
Right.
So he was probably putting everything into perspective, because obviously you have to prepare for both outcomes, and, you can definitely see it in his face.
Wow. Chuck84 just wrote on the chat that they are calling Victoria the new Kim D since Kim is now gone. Oi. Oi.
Yeah.
Well, did you see what Kim D, put on Twitter or wherever? She, went off.
She sure did. I think there was something going on between her and Katy Cutillo, where she made a comment saying that,
she's
you
fat.
know, because Katy said she didn't shop at Posh, and then in turn Kim D said, well, because I don't carry plus sizes.
Oh, they're such catty women.
Yeah.
All right, next we have Amber doing fire drills with her kids. It's good, but I told you I get anxiety watching her.
You know what, though, to be honest, where I think this is coming from in my perspective is, you know, with her going through the scare of the cancer and almost dying and not sure if she's going to see her children grow up, I think that maybe put her into more of a frenzy with this, you know, hypochondria and these actions that she's doing. I think it stems from that. That's just my opinion.
And it's okay, but I'm sitting there on the edge of my seat going, I got to go get a ladder. I got a ladder. We got upstairs. Like, I want to start doing drills. But I think so too, and that is, you know, and hey, whatever, as long as she's not making it too crazy. I mean, hey, you do a fire drill, we got to do fire drills.
And not for nothing, that ladder was a great idea, that expandable ladder. I think every home with a second floor should have that.
It. Well, they sell them. Like, I have this book that comes to me for my child and stuff. It's like cool things for kids. And that is part of it. There's those retractable. And I've actually been meaning to order a couple because I think that is a good idea. I just don't want Cole to see it.
You can market it also for couples who may want to sneak out of the window.
You had it what, Matt? You had a lot of stuff as a kid, I could only imagine. No, it is good, and yeah, like, what's going to happen, it's going to become Gina's, mommy's fire exit, mommy's escape, period. With a bottle of wine, I'm going to be like, and Craig's going to be like, what? I'm naked, come back. But it's okay. I'll see you later. He'll be waving the marriage license out the window. Oh, talk about, oh my God. So we got new neighbors. We have new neighbors that moved in across the street, not Leah, my best friend, one of my best friends, but to the right, new neighbors moved into her. So it's kind of diagonal from us. And I pull in last night from the recording studio, and there's like 30 cars parked up and down we live in like a cul-de-sac. So there's like 30 cars up and down. I walk in and Craig's like, did you see this crap? This better not be every day. This better not be every day. I'm like, Craig, make nice with the neighbors. I'm sure because they just moved in. They're having people help them move the furniture. And you know what? Have you seen your in-laws? Have you seen the Cutillos? And when they come here, what our neighbors have to deal with? My dad.
It's only a matter of time before your father goes there by an accident, so they better be nice.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Craig, my father accidentally walked into next door thinking it was our house because he was drinking scotch. Like, please. Anyway, where were we? Fire drills. Here we go. Next, Joe and Teresa talk. Joe tells Teresa he's here for her and the kids. Again, this is, you know, very endearing. Do we have that shot? Is it coming? Yeah. Oh, Joe. See, this is why I was confused. Joe Gorga. So Joe Gorga, you know, what did you think of this scene? Did you feel like Joe Gorga seemed a little uncomfortable?
I think he did, and you know, we've watched seasons past where Teresa's very private about that kind of stuff. A, B, she likes to stay positive. She's not going to fall into oh, woe is me and be negative and fall apart. And this is being filmed on camera for America, and she knows that. She's a little bit more guarded filming this season, and you can tell, you know. So I don't think he was too sure of how far he can go with that conversation. Right,
but I still, but did you notice she did say, I appreciate that he actually said, if he need anything you need, I'm here.
Yeah, because I don't want people to be fooled. You know for a fact with lawyers and everything that goes on that she probably has said to her close family like Joe and Melissa, you know, look, when we start to film together, please don't bring this up. Please don't bring that up.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's so many.
Those kind of statements are made.
Right, exactly. All right, next, the cousins' X-Mix dinner, Christmas dinner. And I love that they gave her a dictionary. They all need a dictionary.
That was so funny, and Kathy tried to say that, you know, Teresa got mad about that when she was on her experience on Watch What Happens Live. Teresa wasn't mad about getting the dictionary because it wasn't specifically a gift for her. Everybody just brought a gift and just randomly picked. Teresa's got a good sense of humor. She didn't care.
Listen, everybody knows everyone at that table needs a dictionary.
Right, so it was funny for everybody.
These are my new Christmas Eve dinner this year. I'm giving all my family. That's going to be stocking stuffers. Great idea. All right. Next, we have Dina is very zen with her daughter about college. Again, Dina, I have to say I tweeted, I didn't get to watch this live, but I did tweet it after that. I honestly think Dina Manzo is cool as ice.
I love Dina.
I love her.
I've loved Dina from day one, and when she left the network to go to HGTV, she had her own show, Dina's Party. I made sure that I watched that, and I still followed her all along on Twitter because I just think she's cool people.
Yeah, she really is. All right, next, the Giudice doggy. Is this a real dog? That's real, right?
So funny.
It was cute. Look at that little cute dog. Oh.
In the little princess house that it was in, I thought that was too funny. And did you see how mad Gabriella was when she thought all she was getting was the stuffed animal? She was really disappointed.
I know. And what's cute is now Teresa's going to come out with a book, Pet Grooming. You know it's coming.
Yes. Petalicious.
All you need to do is use a little Melania hair care on the dog's tussle and you'll be good.
Oh my God, I can just see it now. It's going to be Petalicious.
Petalicious. And she'll be with her dog. With that smile she has.
Dogalicious.
Listen, I love Teresa. So Teresa, this is a great idea. Get really into the dog. You can do another book. And it could be pet grooming. Petalicious.
Oh, so cute.
So again here, these two opening up. They both look very stressed. Joe almost is telling in his eyes that he knows he's going to be going away to college.
Yeah.
And I don't know. What are your thoughts, Billy?
My thoughts were the same as they were last time. I mean, I definitely don't see Teresa, taking the fall for anything. And like I said before, if anything was going to happen, it definitely would be Joe, which segues me into my next statement about the famous psychic James Von Prague, who is a friend of Dina's, will be making an appearance on the next episode, and I think he has some of the same, insight. Right,
they say she's going to be fine. Well, I'll tell you right now, her signatures are on the papers. She is going to have something. They're either going to make her do community service, some sort of charity. Like, if she doesn't get any time, there'll have to be some sort of repercussion because, unless there's some sort of law that allows the husband to take the whole fall. I mean, her signatures are on these papers.
Well, don't forget there are times when then, you're in a relationship and you sign for a spouse, let's just say. Yeah. So we don't know 100% that she signed those herself, so that may be an angle as well.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see what happens. I wish everyone the best in life, period. So let's get to those tweets. At Reality T, I do feel like, and I may regret saying this, Teresa seems much more humbled, sincere, and real this season. And I do agree.
I agree, too.
At RyeMill713, it would confuse the hell out of me if Santa was my mom, especially around Christmas time as a kid.
Oh my God, that's so funny. I was thinking the same thing with the name, but they like to pronounce it Santa instead of Santa.
Yeah, exactly. At Bratty Tart, I just love the name. Of course, Teresa has been private about it with you, Joe. You and your wife run off and use her issues as your storyline. Joe did say in his one-on-one she's being very private about it, but I thought that was just a little racy. Just bringing it back a little race, bringing it back. At Maria J81, so I'm guessing Caroline doesn't talk to more of her family than she admitted because Dina clearly talks to all her sisters and the mother, which I thought was interesting. When they were all together, I was like, I mean, the mother I could see talking to all her kids, like whatever, but all the other, a lot of the other family members too, it seemed like she was talking to the sisters. Anything on that, Billy?
I don't have anything on that.
I have nothing. Make something up.
I have nothing.
What do you think? Do you think? You know what I think? Here's what I think. I think Caroline and Dina actually have talked to each other now.
It's so funny because people keep bringing it up this whole entire season, and Dina has made it adamantly clear, not only in her interview that we're going to see on Real Housewives in New Jersey, but I'm watching it happen live. She just told a fan that called in, she just does not want to talk about it. She's over the Caroline, going back and forth. It's family. Family has problems. It's private.
Right, so that's why I think everything's fine.
She's just over it.
Why do you think, oh, Mr. Matt over here, he's like, I know for sure, like he's hanging out with them?
She's not, from what she says.
Okay, well, we'll see. Actually, Dina might be on our show, right? Can I say that? Yeah. Isn't that exciting?
That's amazing.
It is exciting. So, Dina and Teresa. Billy's like, leave me alone. I'm eating lobster. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to talk about the crazy ladies over at Orange County, and I am mad. I am so mad. The devil has come back. Her name is Tamara,
Yes.
and we are going to talk about it. All right, you're watching Gina on InRadio.com every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, this is Chris Less Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or the flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
Hey, this is Chris Less Jake, and if InRavio.com spots you at an event wearing this bracelet, they will give you $100.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back. I'm Gina Cutillo. This is InRavio.com, and we have Billy Charles on the line. We're doing our infamous reality reel, which we speak about the Bravo.
Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Happy Hump Day. We speak about the Bravo Housewives on our reality reel. You don't like it? Tune out. No. It's actually pretty funny. Not only do we speak about the Housewives, we then add, well, I add personal family stories. It makes it fun. It makes it fun. All right, so here we go. Orange County. Let's dive right into it. Here we have Tamara asks Heather if they should call an ambulance. Then Heather asks Terry that maybe Shannon is having a psychotic break. Give
So ridiculous
me
to brand that as that.
freaking break, Heather. Was that, do you
Those
think,
two are so calculated. It's Tamara and Heather. You know, just so you get the scoop, because I got this from Alexis, when they film, they know when they're going to film, and it's now made around the ladies' busy lives and schedules.
Right.
So they are able to get together prior and, say, let's do this, or let's plot, and,
Calculate.
let's have this
Plotting.
angle. So they're definitely doing that. I've heard that I have a couple close friends in the OC. So this is going to be some tea spilling, and Heather and Tamara definitely got together prior to filming, and they discussed this, and they were definitely going to use this angle on Shannon. It was very calculated.
Right, and it's seriously ridiculous. Heather looks terrible. I liked Heather to a degree, and now I'm like, oh, you better retrack and get better. So here we have Vicky talking to Shannon, which I just thought was a very nice touch. I think Vicky really has. It's funny, last season Vicky annoyed me. This season I really enjoy Vicky a lot.
I do too. I think she's the truth cannon this year, and the funny thing was when she came down to talk to Shannon and she was teetering in the heels down the hill, I thought that was so cute.
Yes, it was very cute. Next, Tamara. Here she is. She's just being awful. She was really drunk, but what I want to really talk about is how Heather then says to Tamara, well, why I think I have such a big issue with Shannon is because of how you kind of sided with her, I guess, a few episodes ago. And then Tamara's like, well, because she was talking in my ear. But let me just say this one thing. What that does, Heather, is actually makes you look like an idiot, because now you're kind of just saying you've only been nasty to Shannon because you were jealous or upset that Tamara was befriending or taking her side, which kind of discredits all of why you said you were being nasty.
Yep, but with Tamara, regardless if she was drinking or not, her true colors were definitely revealed. We knew it wasn't going to last. I already called that out when we talked about this last season. And, everybody turned the tides on Tamara because they thought she had some redeeming qualities. But I knew it was only going to be a matter of time till she went back to her old ways, which is she's a pot stirrer, and sometimes she has that tendency to be a mean girl.
Yeah. She needs more therapy. I think what's happening also, in her marriage life, I think she's under a lot of pressure. I think she put so much money into Cut Fitness. I think Eddie isn't doing the things that he just seems more involved in the gym than anything.
Right.
She wanted a kid. He doesn't want it. It's awful. So here we have Shannon.
Not only that,
Go ahead.
just so you know, during this time, she's getting the emails from Simon about the ensuing custody battle where he's trying to take full custody for her children, which this is going on during this time of filming as well.
No, and I get it, but it doesn't mean you become a mean girl that lies. I mean, even when she was like, I never said that Terry said they're going to take the doors down. Or maybe I did. Like, really?
Right.
And then Vicky said she did. So she did, whether she was trying to lie or cause trouble, whatever. All right, here we have Shannon being very sweet and apologizing and leaving in such a great way. Like, with Shannon, when she breaks down, she gets upset. But she is so good at just collecting herself and saying, I apologize. I've never had to leave a party before. I've never had an outburst like this before at a dinner party, but I apologize and I must go.
What came through for me on this scene was Shannon is being real. She's being one of the most real housewives that we've seen in a while. They're acting. They've been on the show for several seasons. Heather is an actress, and I don't think Shannon was prepared for that aspect of the show. She thought probably everybody was going to be reeling like she is, so she's just furious that they're doing this to her.
Right. Yep. I agree with you. All right, here we have Heather lunching with Tamara and Danielle and says maybe Shannon needs to come over to Western Medicine. And what, get a boob job by your husband? Like, what's the problem?
I was thinking, you three are judging Shannon. Are you kidding me? And not only that, it's so funny because this Danielle was supposed to be like a main character, the pot stirrer throughout the show. There's all this hype before the season, and they basically edited her out to nothing.
I don't know. Something went down that she got edited out, but I just thought this was pretty ridiculous. And Heather is starting to look more and more mean than nice.
Yes, and there's a backlash, obviously, as you can see, because you're on Twitter, and boy, were they going after Heather and Tamara. It was really bad.
Yeah, I know, I saw. All right, here we have Brooks thinking of the next steps with Vicky. Here's my big issue with watching the scene is that I already know that they broke up.
I know, that was one of my issues too, and it was kind of the same parallel when I was watching Real Housewives of New York with Countess Luann, and I knew that her and Jacques had already broke up. So those kind of things can really mess up, you know, the plot.
Yeah. All right. So we got 2.5 minutes. We're gonna go quick here, and I agree with you, Billy. They need to watch that stuff. All right. Lizzie calls Shannon to let her know Heather won't be at her birthday party, so not to worry. And Lizzie kind of was saying she agrees with Shannon. Do you think Lizzie's being true? Because she was very sideful with Heather at one point.
Yes, I do. I think now that she's getting a fuller picture and she was able to witness, you know, that behavior for herself, yes, I think she is now realizing, you know, what may have been going on all along.
Okay, here we have Mr. Beard, Ryan, disgusting, move on.
Next.
Here we have therapy with Brianna and Vicky. Brianna seems like she has so much anger inside. Like something's got to break with these two.
You know, and I was glad that they got that out, and obviously they need a few more sessions to get to a good place.
And here we have Ryan. You could just show these two pics right after each other. Ryan brings home his fiance, apparently. She does look like Tamra. And then we have the worst acting in creation. I wanted to throw things at my TV when Tamra was flipping out.
You know, I decided to go on a bathroom break. Whenever they show Tamra by herself, I'm out.
Tamra equals wee-wee time. Great. All right, and it was terrible. Let's get to the tweets quickly. At Jen Aries Queen, Tamra and Heather, you live in California. How is New Age healing such a foreign concept to them? So true.
That's true.
At Greggy Bennett, our buddy from Jersey, Tamra and Heather are bottom of the barrel this season, the worst of the worst. Congratulations, Heather. At Reality T, somebody call an ambulance. Oh, this came right as Tamra was freaking out. She tweeted, someone call an ambulance. Tamra's having a psychotic break.
Oh my God, awesome.
Next, at Bravo Leak, this dinner would literally be perfect time for Eddie to come out of the closet.
That's got to be the best.
At ex-best friend, I'm calling it now. Shannon will be in the center next season in the promo shot of the wives holding the orange.
I agree.
Agreed. With that, I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. I want to thank the chatters, the tweeters, Billy Charles, my boys over there in the box. Brian Grenier, of course, even though you weren't here, we could not understand one part of your segment. Thank you. Anyway, most and foremost, congratulations to Enravio. Congratulations to all of us. I'm super excited that we will be getting some national exposure here with Netflix, Roku, Xbox, Dish TV, all that fun stuff. I'm Gina Cutillo. This is the Gina Show on Enravio.com every Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will see you next week, folks. Have a great day.
Happy Hump Day.